How much time did you spend in the redwoods? Visiting the redwoods or stuff there too?
Probably, I think equally all the
All of
parks.
them?
Yeah. Both from a historic preservation standpoint and also from a biological standpoint and planning.
For a guy who likes the outdoors, you really lucked in, didn't you?
I really did.
I mean, really.
When I think back to my high school graduation when I was a salutatorian and my speech was about wildlife, I think about that.
Did you ever go off the hiking trails when you were out hiking around? You basically stayed on the trails.
Not by myself, no.
Okay.
And when I think back, well, no, I did go by myself in some trails. And when I think back, I would never do it again.
Big baby.
Well, because of grizzly bears and
Yeah. Well, if you're up-
and pumas.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on where you are.
Yeah,
but-
right, exactly.
Yes, right. Right.
And of course, all my experiences in the West, the national parks,
Right.
is a whole different story in the East. We have the Civil War battlegrounds
Gettysburg.
and the reservoirs, recreation areas
Right.
like Water Gap. And I lived 30 miles north of San Francisco in a town called Novato, which is between San Francisco and Santa Rosa. Anyhow, Muir Woods was very close.
I was gonna say-
Muir Woods was very close.
Right.
Point Reyes National Seashore was very close.
Right.
And so, not only officially, but in my off hours, I would go to Muir Woods and my family would go to Point Reyes. Hiking at Point Reyes was just outstanding. They had elk there. They had all kinds of deer. It wasn't the Park Service's fault. The deer were there before
Right.
they had foreign deer. I think there were 3 or 4 different species of foreign deer there.
Now, Point Reyes also was.
Point Reyes is
Sure.
Point Reyes is north of San Francisco, west. On the coast, on the coast.
So, you also dealt with the water there, which is chilly, and the
Oh, yeah.
kelp, and
Yes.
seals,
Yeah,
and all that good stuff.
right.
It's fabulous. I mean, that's like raw nature.
And also, well, this has nothing to do with the Park Service, but when you cross the bridge, you're in Sausalito, and then you go up the coast.
Okay, David, let's get the car. Come on, we'll go.
I know, I know.
Gee.
Not being able to walk as much as I did before is really bad. I walked all my life.
Yeah, right.
But we're living in Novato and living in California was wonderful. We were 45 minutes from the coast, a half an hour up to Sonoma Valley, 45 minutes to Napa Valley, 30 minutes from San Francisco,
You're
30 minutes from Muir Woods.
Yeah. Okay, well, see, this time I'm not going to skip it. You said, and you went with the family. So let's do an aside now.
Okay.
Let's come on over, and you went with the family. Describe for us the family. Who was the family? What'd you do? And how did they react to it? And Carla's not here, so the family who listened to this might have a different recollection of it than you do. I don't know.
Well, my family didn't travel with me on my Park Service duties. Okay.
Right, but where you were living was
Right.
in the midst of a bunch of stuff.
Well, there were two. I had 2 daughters, my wife and myself, living there.
Right. And you said we went. So what happened?
Okay, we would go. For example, we would go west towards the coast for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it opened up into rolling hills and oak trees. And in the wintertime, it's just reversed in California. It's brown in the winter. The hills are brown in the winter, and green in the winter and brown in the summer. and you have these oaks all over. It's just beautiful dairy country.
Right.
And they had what they called a cheese factory there. They manufactured cheese, and they had a store, and you would go in and buy a loaf of sourdough bread, a bottle of wine, and a hunk of cheese. And you come out on the bench and you just...
Eat it.
The girls who didn't have the wine, of course, they would play around, around the area,
Right.
and we would just talk. That was one place we'd go. And then we'd travel up Sonoma Valley or Napa Valley. Of course, when we first went, we didn't take the girls with us. We would go and we would do the wine tasting bit. And we learned very quickly not to drink very much wine, just to sip a little bit.
Because,
It made us very groggy.
okay, which is not conducive to driving either.
Right.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun.
Now, I don't know your daughters, but
They were very young at the time.
Okay,
They were in high school.
okay, oh, well, they were very young adults.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what they thought of it, and your lovely wife's not around, but I know Carla a little bit. What was Carla's reaction to all this?
Well, we married in D.C. and immediately went to Fort Worth, and it was an adventure for her. So we were saying, just the two of us, moved back to D.C., and then we started a family in D.C.
Right.
Dragged her screaming to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Loved it. Raised our kids there. Dragged her screaming to San Francisco. Really loved San
What was she
Francisco.
screaming about?
Well, because
Scream.
she loved it in Ann Arbor.
Oh, okay. That's the reason to scream.
Dragged her screaming to California. Loved it in California. And then we ended up dragged her screaming to New Bern when we were retired. That she didn't like so much.
Newburgh.
New Bern.
Like Newburgh, New York?
New Bern, North
Like up
Carolina.
Hudson?
New Bern, North Carolina.
Oh, Newburgh, North Carolina.
Right.
Okay, well, that's a little...
That's where I ended up.
Okay, that's not quite the same.
So she liked every place we went.
Oh, good.
Loved California. We loved living where we were.
How outdoorsy is she?
What?
Outdoorsy.
Not at all. Just the reverse. When we went back to Fort Worth, I was a fisherman. I did a lot of fishing. And I took it to the Brazos River fishing. And I was downstream a little bit, and I heard a yell, scream. And I rushed back up, and there was a snake had just slithered by her. And that was the end of it. They never went out again.
So,
She was a city girl.
Carla's idea of roughing it is a 3-star hotel. It's like
No,
those.
as a matter of fact, she liked camping, but she liked not in a tent. We had a pop-up camper.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. When we were living in Ann Arbor, we bought a Dodge Sportsman van, and we had a Crown pop-up camper. And we took 3 weeks. We traveled all the way to California and back. Hit all the national parks, all the state parks. Had a wonderful time. She enjoyed that.
Oh, okay.
But she is in the pop-up camper.
Okay. Well, that's camping. That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, so you got to
So her idea of camping is in a enclosed area, not in a tent.
Yeah, from
And
steel.
certainly not backpacking.
Okay. It's okay, Carla, wherever you are.
And we were raising at the time when we first moved to Nevada. We had a little, like half an acre. We had a barn and a pasture, and we raised pygmy goats.
Oh,
We actually raised them, and the kids showed them at the fairs. We sold them, bought, bred them.
what happened to your daughters? Did they become outdoorsy or?
No,
did they reject that?
not at all. My daughter, one of my daughters who was out there lives next door,
Right.
and the other daughter lives in Missouri, Cape Girardeau. She's single.
you were working at a high level. Who, if any, were the most memorable? Sounds like a Reader Digest thing. My most memorable, characters.
My most memorable person is James Watt.
And that is because
He was my first boss in the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation. It was his first federal job. He's a memorable character because he was a lightning rod for Reagan on policies, and that was a fairly menial job, being the director of the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation. Not menial, but way down.
right.
He eventually rose to be the director. He was the secretary of the Interior Department. But he was my boss for several years. He was evangelical, and sometimes I think he didn't realize about the separation of church and state. Personally, I think he was a pretty nice guy. He was a lawyer by training. Out to cut back the government in all respects.
Oh, not just interior.
But actually, he ran the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation pretty well, even though he was not particularly supportive of the programs. I mean, he innately, because of his background,
Right.
and federal programs were not very good. But he did a fairly good job.
You're complimenting a Republican?
In some respects, yes.
You could do that without smiling?
Well, I had problems with him.
I'm teasing, David.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the problems. Let's hear some Watts stories.
Well, he would always sort of inject religion in meetings in subtle ways. I think he learned fast that he couldn't be too outward about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Overt.
Although I understand that he did have meetings where he kneeled down in the Interior Department. I can't confirm that, but I heard that.
Huh. What was? Do you remember the sort of? Obviously, he made a impression.
He was very. He had big Coke bottle eyeglasses. He was going blonde, although he was younger than me. I think he had a couple of kids. Very energetic. Always looking for ways of improving things, better management, and that sort of thing.
Huh. Well, these sound like the things you like most about him. What were the things you liked least about him?
Well, I didn't like his politics, mainly.
Okay.
He was too conservative for me.
Okay. I'm going to blur.
And you would love him.
Yeah, I'm going to blur the camera and do things here. I'm going to do that.
But in spite of that,
right.
I went on trips with him.
You're being very complimentary.
Well, after the years go by, in retrospect, during the tenure, I was fairly uncomfortable with him because I didn't know when the axe would fall.
Right.
Under his administration, and it finally did fall when he was Secretary of the Interior. He abolished the Bureau.
Right.
But at times, he didn't like what I was doing in the region when I was in Ann Arbor. I was called to the mat in the office and told in no uncertain terms that I better shape up with what I was doing.
What were you doing?
Well, I was overly concerned about the environment and doing my best to look at rivers and trails and recreation areas.
And being a good steward, huh?
And being a good steward. And I was doing too much of that. So I developed a management program and wrote it up and sent it in, and they approved that. He thought that was pretty good. And so I cleared that hurdle, and that was okay from then on. But it was a tense time.
Since you didn't get fired, he probably also had some degree of respect for you.
Well, I had a note. I have a note from him later on, which said that I'll get that note out where he says, I've thought a lot about you, and I think you're really doing a great job. Something like that.
Ah, okay. Well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, I've got that note.
Talking about notes and things like that, I'd like to, for this particular segment, I'd like you to show us. I know this relates to several things, including him.
Well, here's a picture of James Watt.
And give me a chance here. I want to close up on Mr. Watt.
I don't know if you can see the writing underneath.
I will get to the writing underneath. In fact, my friend who is developing a great image, Jim Watt.
That was the name of my program that I sent in.
Ah, okay. And up here, there's Mr. Watt. Hello, Mr. Watt. Okay, show us some more.
All right. I got him in some informal meetings. This was a state of Michigan meeting, and you can see where he's wearing a.
Hold that. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Hold it, boy. Can I get in there? He's making a funny face.
He's got a funny hat.
And it's a funny hat. It looks like at a convention.
Yeah, he fit in. He tried to fit in. He was kind of formal everywhere he went, but he kind of tried to fit in with whatever was going on.
Okay. Next.
And then we had him on a trip to a national.
David drops all the pictures on the floor.
To a canoe trip to a national forest.
Okay.
Oh, I think Okanagan National Forest.
Hold on.
There's one picture.
Wait, hold on. I can get way in there. Oh, there he is in the corner. Okay. Was he an outdoors person?
Yes, I think he was in a certain respect.
Okay.
Here he is with his life jackets on.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get this in focus. I'm missing. Come on, focus in. The camera. There we go. Hold on. I want to get this one up close. Hold on.
I'll show you one more.
Who's with him? Do you know the people with him?
Joe Harns with him, the supervisor of the forest.
Okay.
This is the National Forest. Here he is, close up.
Okay, hold on. We got to get this one. Oh, what a nice haircut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going bald early.
Listen.
Got it?
Yep. Yes,
okay.
sir.
And his wife was very nice, wrote a book, and I'll show you the book. I met her. She's a very nice person.
My life.
Also evangelical.
You can tell with the little bow tie?
Yeah.
A little bit. Just kidding, folks.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
And then of course he hit the national headlines twice in two books. This Newsweek for his positions on things.
Wait, hold on. The Battle over Wilderness. Oh yeah, wait. Uncle Sam owns 1/3 of the country and Americans are fighting for every acre. Okay.
And then this one right here. I love this one.
Watt's Land Rush. Digging up the last... Oh, that's cute. Oh, wow, nice. When was this? What's the date on that?
The date on this one is 1981, June of 1981. This one's July 1983. This is when he was fired, resigned. He got in trouble, serious trouble, in the Interior Department. I'm not sure what happened, but it was a crime, and he got over that, I think. But I don't know how. He's a lawyer, and I think he's still practicing way up in Idaho or Montana someplace.
Oh, okay.
And he must be in his middle 70s.
Right.
I know he's younger than me.
Yes. There are some people who are younger than you.
Yeah.
I'm younger than you.
Yeah. So it was an interesting experience. I've traveled with him several places, to several meetings with governors and state leaders.
You were there for 11 years in that job. After that, did you retire from that then, or did you go?
Oh, you mean from California?
No, well, from the 11 years in this position. Did you go on to something else after that, or did you retire after that?
No. This is when I was with the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation,
going away.
This goes to the time all the way down to San Francisco where they abolished the outdoor bureaucracy.
Right. So we went kind of back a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So where are we now in terms of?
What you were talking about family and getting together with.
Oh yeah. Well, but by the way, we're not done.
Right.
We want to do that, and we want to do that later. And I want to do outtakes, like they do in movies, like you dropping magazines on the floor, things like that. You're smiling. In the National Park Service, 11 years. What then? Did you go on to other things from that, or did you retire from the National Park?
I retired from the National Park Service in '93.
Okay.
In San Francisco.
Okay. So at that point, you retired. So that's sort of the end of your formal work career and all that.
Right.
So let's do this. Let's see if I can ask you some questions about the National Park Service. A couple of questions, and we'll sort of for this time wrap that up, and then the next time we can talk about retirement.
Okay.
That should be fun, and that should be a lot of personal family stuff in there, I assume.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So let me do the best, worst, and all the other stuff. I don't know if we did this for the National Park Service. I don't think so. What was the worst times you had at the National Park Service that you can remember that you really disliked them?
In the National Park Service?
Yeah.
I can't think of a word.
Good.
I really can't think of any.
Okay, that's fine. That actually happens.
Yeah.
The best time that you can think of, most enjoyable, most fun.
Well, traveling to the parks, particularly Hawaii, the Hawaiian parks.
Oh, you liked Hawaii,
Yeah.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was great.
Maybe we should get you and her to go back and take a trip.
Yeah, she's never been to Hawaii. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. David, you should go take a
Right.
cruise or something to
Right.
Hawaii and go visit
Right.
Hawaii with her. Take her to Hawaii. Okay. I think we did. No, we did. We didn't do the scariest. No, the scariest we did in the other jobs with the idiot, shooting.
Yeah.
the gun. That was back.
And also in the Bell helicopter in the snowstorm.
Right. That was right.
And also a little bit on the helicopter going over the Mississippi Cliff.
Right, and your stomach falling out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was during this period, and
Yeah.
okay, so we got kind of the scariest. This is pretty well covered your multi-year career over a number of
It
different.
goes by just like that.
I mean, first you playing dairy stuff, and then you were up in the middle of the redwoods. I mean, what the heck? Okay, so I would like to sort of come to an end with this chapter, and then I'll tell you what I want to do. The next time I'd like to talk about retirement.
Okay.
And all the things around retirement. And then I'd like to come back into two things.
Could we do that when we do talk about retirement? Could we do it with Carla?
Love to.
Okay.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
You two, I'll sit over there. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Let me see if this would work. Oh, it's I'd have to back up just a little bit. Carla, are you there? Oh, I'd love to do that.
Okay.
That'd be great. Yeah.
She'll do it, I'm
I
sure.
want to do that. I'd like to get then also together with your daughter, and that'll be fun. Then
We'll get some sparks.